Iruma just revealed his true feelings for Ameri, and it proves why she'll be the one to join him as his demon queen. But to go into this, we have to rewind to chapter 326. Ameri's father Henri was watching her get extremely giddy and excited whilst getting herself ready, wondering why she'd be so ecstatic. But soon after, he realizes that it must be Iruma. He noticed his sudden appearance in the naviculum and was wondering if something could have happened while he wasn't watching, like a hug or a kiss, or even...
Whoa.
Okay, I think this guy needs to relax. I think he might have been reading manga on the wrong website. No. Not that I know or anything. I'm innocent. FBI, open up! Like a well-adjusted father would, he decides to spy on his own daughter while she's at school using detection warding glasses. Yep. Totally normal. He justifies it by saying that he has a lot of doubts about Iruma, but while spying on Ameri, he notes how insanely proud he is of her, which is fair. I mean, she's literally the perfect demon in almost every way. She looks extremely professional whilst doing her daily duties until she sees Iruma. Henri is as furious as always, seeing Iruma as the source of all evil. He actually believes that Iruma might be leading Ameri astray, but once he starts thinking about how Iruma could never be worthy of her, he starts remembering all of these feats. He's the grandson of Sullivan, one of the three greats. He's already reached rank E in his first year, which is unprecedented as stated by Kalego. He's a candidate for Demon King, he's close to the 13 Crown's head of lust, and not only that, but his master is Barbatos Bachiko, who's not only a 13 Crown, but the vice president of the entire Barbatos clan. And as I talked about in this video on screen right now, he literally stopped the war from occurring between the 13 Crowns and the three heroes. So he really doesn't have anything to object to, since Iruma is kind of the perfect demon as well. And the border control has no one even close to him in terms of excellence. But then he remembers something. Iruma might be human. We all remember the chat he had with Iruma when he was talking about what would happen if a human was found in a demon world and was suspicious of him, as the border control speculated that Sullivan had in fact kidnapped him. But it was Ameri who stopped this train of thought, telling him that Iruma is an outstanding demon. But now he's willing to do anything to stop Iruma from being with Ameri, as it could put her in immense danger. Yes, this is probably him just trying to think of a way to stop his daughter from being taken away, but his fears are kind of warranted, as Iruma being a human means that he'll likely have major enemies and Ameri could easily be caught in the crossfire. However, he then sees Ameri smile when she's with Iruma. She's more radiant and beautiful than ever before, as he starts to remember his own wife and blushes intensely. He realizes that Ameri truly loves Iruma and being around him makes her happier than ever, and he resolves himself to actually speak to Iruma. Don't get it twisted though, this isn't overprotective or anything of the sort like we've seen before. This is genuine concern for his daughter. She may love Iruma, but what if Iruma didn't feel the same way or didn't have strong enough feelings for her? Then it wouldn't even matter. But then he's not worth the danger he could put her in. So he sits Iruma down and asks him, "How do you feel about Ameri?" Obviously, this takes Ameri aback as she flusters a lot, but his serious tone causes her to shut up as she realizes that he's truly earnest here. Iruma reiterates what he said before, that she's someone that he wants to get closer to, and that she inspires him more than anyone. She always pushes forward, and when he's hesitant on his decisions, she's the one who gives him the final push he needs, as he says that she's a wonderful woman. This obviously flusters Ameri even more, but Henri says what we're all thinking. Is that really all you feel for her? Is she simply a senpai who you admire? Iruma says of course she is, but seeing her smile makes him happy also, as he gushes about her with tear-filled eyes, proving that he has feelings for her deep down, since you wouldn't act like this with someone you simply admired. I mean, let's go back to when he was complimenting Bachiko recently. Someone else who he also respects and admires. He was extremely giddy and hyped up, but here, it looks like he genuinely has a lump in his throat, and this whole moment actually made me tear up because of how beautifully it was done. I'm going off script here, but I genuinely love this moment, and it genuinely proves to me why they're one of the best relationships in shonen, if not the best relationship in shonen. I know I've said this before, but honestly, no other relationship has really came close for me, and this is just the extra proof. But another important thing to mention is the fact that Iruma has only showed this appearance, you know, the whole glossy eyes and looking tear-filled, a few times before, but one of the main things that comes to my mind is when he was talking to Asmodeus, when he was comforting him when he actually told Iruma that flames were not actually his bloodline magic, which shows to me even further, and this might be a bit of a stretch, that Ameri is also a soulmate of his. But the reason he couldn't answer when asked before is because he didn't know what to consider her. She's a soulmate, but she's also something more. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. Iruma goes on to say how dignified she is, as he's said multiple times already, but when they're alone, eating sweets and drinking tea, watching and listening to things she likes, seeing her enjoy herself so much makes him extremely happy and honoured to be able to spend time with her, feeling so fortunate. Meaning that the time he spends with Ameri is likely the most precious to him. Ameri looks as though she's about to cry from happiness as all the things she's done, being student council president, trying to be a role model, her dedication to her duties, has paid off as the man she loves is attracted to her because of it. The time they've spent together has not only made Ameri infatuated with Iruma, but his feelings have also grown a lot stronger. This brought me back to this moment on screen when Ameri was depressed about how she couldn't be with Iruma, wishing that she could stop being the student council president or such a big figure and simply just be Ameri. Iruma is the one that lets her be, well, herself, and enjoy life with a smile. And even when she isn't aware, Iruma is watching her and how she works so hard. This reminds Henri of his own wife again, like we saw previously, as it's revealed that her name was Merize. I think that's right. I kind of looked up the pronunciation, but honestly, roast me if it's wrong, because I actually have no idea how to say this name. She repeats much of what Iruma said about Ameri, but about Henri, saying about how when he's laughing, it makes her laugh, and just like Iruma, seeing him happy makes her feel extremely fortunate. By the way, an important thing to mention about Henri's wife is that there was actually a theory going around that she might be human. It's proven otherwise in this chapter since, you know, you can see her horns and, well, don't quote me on this, but I don't think humans typically have horns. So yeah, I'm recording this after the fact, but it's an important thing that I had to add. All of the comparisons that the author is making with Henri and his wife and Iruma and Ameri, I think it's a pretty clear sign that they're gonna get married if you weren't sure already. I did see someone comment this on a recent video, which I found interesting to say the least. Anyway, after seeing that Iruma actually makes Ameri happier, he apologizes for putting him on the spot and thanks him for answering. He admits Iruma is a bit strange, but he no longer cares about any of his achievements. Whether he's Sullivan's grandson, the fact that he might even be human, it doesn't matter to him. He is sure of one thing in all of this. Iruma is a good kid. This is him saying that he doesn't actually care about whether someone's worthy enough for Ameri. He just cares about whether someone can actually make her happy. This is why when he's saying all of this, he pictures Ameri and Iruma happy together. He finally concedes that he'll allow Iruma to actually be with Ameri, but then this guy ruins everything. He straight up reveals that Iruma is not only the future demon king, but the harem king. Henri finds out that Iruma is a Giga Chad who has not only caused Ameri to fall in love with him, but many others. Men, women, goldfish. It doesn't matter with Suzuki Iruma. Obviously, he's very confused after seeing this and goes back to Iruma only to see this. He is flabbergasted as he wonders if this always happens, and despite seeing Ameri look happier than ever with him earlier, she's now like this. So, his glasses smash, and he's now locking Iruma away forever for being a human. This is the end, guys. This is the end of Mairimashita Iruma-kun. This is it. Bye. Okay, but in all seriousness, if you guys want to enjoy more peak fiction or more of my other videos, please make sure to click the video on your screen right now, and please make sure to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell.